Greetings! What's up, guys? Mancake here. Got the official off-season signing. For those curious, the vote was extremely close between the Heat and the Bulls. I think the Heat had 25 votes and the Bulls had 23 votes. And if you add my vote and Shempy's vote to the Bulls just for funsies, it's a tie. That being said, we're just going to go with whatever one pops up first here, and, should be interesting either way. The Bulls definitely need my help, and the Heat present a very interesting team. If I joined them, they'd be amazing. I just feel like I'd be the last piece they need to get over the hump this year, and see what it is. Bulls or Heat? Oh, and I see the Heat. That looks like the route we are going. Let's see what the off-season signings hold. And my overall went down. What a bummer. As you can see, I have a ton of skill points. I had a bunch left over from pickup games I was doing in between while I was waiting so I could build them up because I knew my overall was going to go down. And let's check out this team. I'm with the Miami Heat. D. Wade and Rudy Gay. That is a amazing start. And then Beasley, you can tell, has a messed up first name, but Chalmers at the point guard, Al Harrington, Jermaine O'Neal, Larry Hughes, and Shaquille O'Neal. Look at the bigs on this team. So much depth. Oh my gosh, and so much scoring ability. Definitely liking this signing. Looking forward to the season, I would expect I'm going to play a much more defensive and rebounding role. I won't be nearly as much of a scorer, but that's not a problem with these scorers on this team. It's amazing. Now, for those that couldn't wait to see my attributes and signature moves and all that jazz, here is the information. I'm going to go through this really slowly and explain my decisions. By no means are my decisions the best. I'm a 2K rookie, but as you can see, I have the Rashard Lewis jump shot. That's the one that really seemed to click for me. I've tried a bunch. Carmelo's, I tried Granger's, and I tried LaMarcus Aldridge for a while, but whatever reason, Rashard is just perfect for me, and I love that post roll by Sean Livingston. I can't get enough of it. That's the one I've been raving about of late, and I stuck with the free throw from Rashard Lewis just because I knew the timing, and it's very similar to his jump shot in terms of visuals, so it's not hard to mess up at all. And obviously I have no dribble moves, so we're going to skip right through that. And the Dwight Howard dunk package, just, gotta love the big power dunks and the nasty putbacks, so I'm happy with that. And got the Julius Erving layup package just because that's the most fancy one I can pretty much get. As far as specialty dunks go, I don't have anything really flashy as a big man, but I do have a lot of just really powerful dunks, so gotta love those. But as we inch into the attributes here, I'll try and explain them as best I can. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But as you can see, I put a lot of points into offensive shots here, mainly because I played this guy online, and all I really ever did with him was either block shots and play defense and, do my thing in that end of the court, or I get the ball dished to me down low, and I didn't want to be the schmuck who missed the easy shots down low. And one thing I'd highly recommend in terms of early stats for big men would be, as you can see, my ball handle sucks, but online stats right there, ball security and pass, are extremely important. But as far as early things for big men, I would say hands rating is a must, because there's nothing worse than getting an easy pass thrown to you and it just goes right through your hands. I hate that. Standing dunk was a big thing because I hated getting a offensive rebound, being underneath the bucket and not being able to dunk it. That was pretty ridiculous. But yeah, you can see I don't put any points in defensive rebound or offensive rebound. I find that vertical does just pretty much the same thing. And block is another thing I really focused on early because I was mainly setting out to be a defensive specimen. You'll also see I put a ton of points into athletic stats. Stamina is something that I found was really important early on, and speed. It looks a little bit cheesy, but as you can see if you watch my videos, I rarely ever use turbo. The only times I ever really use it is for defensive purposes when people are cheesing and, steal spamming in the backcourt and I got to get back to play some defense. It's just something that's pretty much necessary online, and you don't see me turbocharging into the lane all the time, so I don't abuse it, but it's definitely handy. I got that all through drills, just if you're curious. As far as what I'll be focusing on this season, you'll see I get an extra 10 set of drills after I leave that edit player. I'm not going to complain. I've got a lot of stats to get back to where they were, but I'm definitely going to be working on getting my defensive stats up and finish up those athletic ones. I won't be touching three-point rating or ball handling for at least another season yet, if I ever even do. Some people asked if I would restart, and I don't really have the time to do that. This is probably my 10th My Player, and it's the first one I've ever actually finished one season of, and I go to college and I just can't afford to do that. I know 7.5 is cheesy, but at the same time I don't really cheese as much as most 7-5 players do. I know a couple people had asked about off-season signings, so I'm going to show what basically happened around the NBA. As you can see, Randy Foye and Tyrese Thomas joined the Celtics. That's pretty beastly if you ask me. Just a second ago, you saw the Bulls had David Lee and TJ Ford on their team. Those are some pretty nice pickups if you ask me. The Hawks added Richard Jefferson, who has the same name as me now. I don't know why. And the Heat had a ton of transactions, as you can see. Great team if you ask me. Pretty good offseason, though, and the Jazz fired Jerry Sloan, or he retired, because they have a new coach. That is ridiculous. And you'll see here in a second that the Rockets pick up Aaron Brooks again. He's got a funny name. I think his last name is just Last. Some former teammates of mine signed with the Knicks there, Travis Outlaw and Steve Blake. But, you know, a lot of stuff happened. Chris Bosh stayed with his team. I think Stoudemire stayed with his team. I'll show a clip at the end. I couldn't tell if LeBron had stayed with the Cavs, and it turns out he did. I looked at his player card. He's still there, so, you know, a lot of changes in the NBA, but nothing too significant. Looks like the Heat are destined for a championship with all these additions. Should be a fairly fun season. In regards to my attributes, once again, by no means are those the best route to take. It was just what I did because I was playing a lot of online games. That was basically my only goal, and I never even intended to keep playing this guy through the season. Really just wanted to be a shot blocker, and turned out I, you know, developed a little bit more, and I'm happy with this player and going to keep playing it. That being said, I'm not going to post nearly as many my player games in the future. Maybe just the big close games, fun games, all-star games, etc. We're going to start moving into other games, but I'm still going to post 2K10 videos, probably more along the lines of crew games and more online situations, and maybe some quick rank games along the way. We'll see. That being said, I'll try and post some games fairly often, but not nearly as much as I have been. Should be a good season, and, you know, once again, thanks for checking this out, guys. This is just a final clip showing that LeBron is still with the Cavs. Hopefully I'll have a new video up here fairly soon of me playing my first game with the Heat. We'll see, but as usual, thanks for watching, and later, guys.